How do I know if I picked the right ult?
What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. My first video of the new year. I'm a bit late, January 18th, but
You don't have it?
I'm back in America. I've been on vacation in Iceland for Christmas and New Year's, and I'm gonna really try this year to bring you guys as much
Nice.
education and content as I can.
We got one of our
So,
three, or
hope you
yeah,
guys
feats
will
of
be
strength
tuning
points
in
now. So now I
and
just need to
supporting me.
focus on doing my
We're gonna
thing.
do tons of videos. This is my last semester as well at Ole Miss, my university.
First blood is so
So
big,
that means
teams are gonna invade every time.
I'm gonna be
I really
graduating
think invading's gonna be that because I think the
in
counter is you just stack against invades,
I'm gonna be
right? Like if
graduating
they just have
this semester, yeah, at the end of the
invades bush,
semester,
they
at the
probably
beginning
just
of
get
summer.
pussied.
So
It's not like
hopefully
invading is a fucking surefire guarantee to
I
work.
can make it so
I
that I
think more
can
invades will
continue
happen, but I
doing
think
YouTube.
invades aren't like
I'm still gonna look
guaranteed,
for a
right?
job, obviously,
They're kind of a gimmick.
but today I'm gonna be reviewing Ludwig. I wish I could have reviewed him during last season when he was making his climb. He hit platinum like at the end of the season, which is very impressive. That was like his first season playing, I believe. And he's doing a pretty good, like, someone definitely taught him how to clear on Fiddlesticks. Because he's doing the fast clear. That's really impressive. Oh, and he got the small one too. So he's been playing Fiddlesticks and Amumu. I didn't want to review Amumu. I think playing Amumu is a bit of a waste of time if you really want to improve at the game. You can, obviously, but Fiddlesticks has more carry potential.
Tim, every
So
stream.
I'd rather
I
watch a
mean,
Fiddlesticks
for
game.
how long?
And if you guys are wondering if I have any right to be reviewing Ludwig, I actually ended last season. I ended rank 25, so I'm very happy with. That's my best season finish ever. So very happy with that. I think my highest before that was like rank like 290 something. I barely hit challenger, or barely stayed challenger at the end of the season. But this season I was 1200 LP. The highest I got was like 1224. So it was my best season of gameplay, but I didn't make that much content. So this season, hopefully, I can
All
continue being a
right, 320 clear.
top
Blaze
25
it.
player and make content for you guys to share with you all the things that I learned. Okay, so he cleared his jungle. He made it to the Scuttle Crab as it spawned. That's all you really care about. I think you can do it a little bit faster on Fiddle. I might be wrong.
All
And
right.
he started
Getting that
Raptors, so he's
top.
choosing to not recall and go straight to his Raptor respawn, which is pretty smart.
Ari's playing well. She's getting fucking ganked.
I probably would,
Flash, and she lives. Something we love to see.
if I was Ludwig there, I probably would have just stayed right outside of vision
For
under the
three.
tower. In case the Diana
Good
jumps
right now.
again, you can fear her under tower and kill her. But his tempo is good now. And Diana's probably going to her Raptors. I don't really like starting Raptors anymore. I think you kind of have to on Fiddlesticks to
Yeah, I
do
gotta
the
start
double
fighting
clear on your Krugs and your red. But on most champions, I don't like starting it anymore.
That's a bummer.
So Diana killed his bot lane. He says that's a bummer.
Okay.
Is there anything he could have done to prevent that from happening? He saw Diana gank mid lane. And then he saw Diana exit into bot lane, like the bot river.
I'm pretty sure the new boots are really good on sorcerers because of the extra pen you get.
So he should have thought to himself,
Pen stands for magic.
what could Diana do?
Hmm.
You know, you should always think to yourself, after you see the enemy jungler, what's their next move? So number one, he could have went to his Raptors, just like how we went to our Raptors. Or Diana could have walked into his jungle and around
Not know that, but
and
I'm
tried ganking his bot lane.
so I can teach you things like this.
So just in case.
If you guys want to drop a prime, I'm dropping informational knowledge all the freaking time. All the freaking time, straight up.
Well, you guys drop a prime for Ludwig and drop a subscription on YouTube for me. We'll be happy. But pretty much, he should have just pinged his bot lane because there was a possibility that Diana would gank there. if you want to be the best jungler you can, you know, if there's a 50-50 chance that enemy jungler is doing something that could kill your teammates, just drop a
Fuck
few
Diana
danger
on
pings.
here.
It's just like that. You ping its enemy blue buff, so you know where Diana is supposed to be at, and then you ping the lane that's vulnerable.
What is this?
You could have done the same thing by pinging the enemy Raptors earlier and pinging his ball lane. So he has the idea, but you know, the hardest part about League of Legends is consistency. Because sometimes I even forget to do this stuff.
What is that shit?
Okay, so we're starting Dragon. And our bot lane has first move, but they're dropping a wave.
I'll let this boy know he should not fucking be there. Mid as well.
But it's honestly a fine Dragon. Now Kalista. Oh. So Kalista's so far pushed up that we should not be doing the crowd right now. We should just be ganking bot.
Look, I hear your pings. I need level 6.
You don't need level 6 because they were super overextended. I guess it was a Thresh. I didn't realize the enemy team had a Thresh. Now it's kind of a waste of time to walk back bot. Unless the enemy team pushes up. Because now if I was Fiddle now, I'd be like, okay, all my top camps are spawned. So if I show bot lane here, Diana, a good Diana would just take all my camps. But you just gotta go for it. Ooh. I think it works.
Okay. I was tired of waiting, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think we needed to flash. Like, I think you just walk at them. Because you have
Diana's in my
Nautilus
fucking
with you.
top jungle for sure. Just like absolutely.
So if Diana's... So
I
here,
want to protect it, but Ari didn't come.
they say, I want to protect it, but Ari didn't come. I want you guys to look at the map. And you ask yourself, right after you kill... So right here, right after you kill bot lane, you should always ask yourself, what's my next move? And as a jungler, to know what your next move is, you kind of have to know what you have to try to predict what the enemy jungler is doing. So if you think about the start of the game, you should always have this in mind to try to figure out, like, whenever you can, where did the enemy jungler start? So this game, we know that Diana, let's see. We know that Diana started bot side because she ended up top side for her first gank. And we're pathing down. So you should know if your topside camps are spawned right now, like your red buff, your Raptors, and your Krugers are all spawned. Right now, we see Diana top lane. So if you're really good at jungle, you would quickly move your camera top lane to see if Diana has your red buff already. But it's okay if you just see her, you know that she's topside. She possibly could have taken your camps while you were ganking bot. She possibly could go to your camps and contest you. And then you ask yourself, can I make it to my camps to fight her? And if the answer is yes, then you go to your camps and fight her. If the answer is no, because, I mean, think about it. Diana probably has ult, and we just used our ult, and we used our flash. So we'll probably die if we fight her. So I think the best possibility right now is to give up your topside camps and take the enemy bot side camps. Because, first of all, they're closer to you. Diana is super far away, so it's unlikely that she'll come and stop you. And you can't take a fight in your topside jungle anyway.
Okay.
So
I was tired of waiting, to be honest.
if I were coaching him, I would tell him to run straight to the enemy bot side camps. Now, he pings like 2 assist pings on his jungle. But what I usually like to do here, if I'm scared of the enemy jungler invading me, I would have walked bot lane and I would have told my Ari to ward my Raptors. So if you just do a ward here ping on the Raptors, usually your mid laners will get it. And you'll be fine. So you see this, like, Diana already took a red buff and now she's going to take, well, okay, she didn't take the Krugs. That's fine, but now we're kind of like, now we're in a really awkward spot. I would check the Krugs here if so now that he's here, I would just check the Krugs. Yeah, because it looked like the Diana didn't do them. And then after you do these Krugs, you should instantly recall. You should not even look top lane because we have nothing to do. Like no ult, no flash. Instantly
All right,
recall,
we're gonna
spend
take
our
a bot
1800 gold.
side. Tristana, you brother, it's crazy. You're level 5, they're level 6. You're down on farm. Your Nautilus isn't there.
Instead of crying about Tristana right now, I'd be recalling.
Like 1,000 golds worth more. You can't catch the hands. You get fucked.
Just think about it, guys. If he would have recalled here, and he spends all his money, he walks into his bot side jungle, clears these 3 camps. By the time he's cleared those camps, his ultimate's back up. Now he can ult with all of his gold spent, so it does maximum damage. But now, if you'll see, by the time he clears his camps and recalls, like he'll have some downtime on his ult that he could have spent. I think it's like, you know, it's a pretty big time loss. Ooh.
That's insane. That's actually genuinely batshit crazy.
That's fine. Stuff like that happens when you reset your camps. It doesn't matter. Like, if it happens every now and then, it's fine. It's only bad if it happens all the time. Ooh, it's happening again.
I hate fucking trying to measure it out. I'm so bad at it.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with experience to be able to do that, like, consistently.
All right, I gotta fucking do this and back.
But the best thing you can do if you're learning is to keep going for it. You see how he keeps going for, you know, min-maxing his clear by dragging his camps? It's a lot better to just keep going for it than to give up on it. Because once you get good at it, you'll save a lot of time. So now, because he did all that though, his ultimate's already up. And now he's recalling.
Anymore. I think it's wasting my time.
But he could be bowling right now with his ulting, counter ganking that.
They're getting trashed without ganks. So I think Renekton's actually playing pretty well, and Ari's playing super well. So that's our goal. Is going to be getting.
You know, one good thing that he's doing is he's
get him based off
every time he's coming out of base, he's thinking about, you know, who's strong in his team, who to play around. Nautilus is telling me to gank. You should never listen to your team. You should just think about what's best for yourself. I probably would have tried to, like, if you're being really fast, you would have like ulted here with that wave. Now we have to wait for an extra wave, and they know where you are. It goes in early, which is fine. That works out. He had the right idea there. That was a good dive. I think he could have done it faster instead of clearing the pink, though.
Fuck. That sucks so bad. Yeah, that was obvious, though. Going over to the Void Grubs was like batshit crazy of me.
Yep.
We're gonna get 2 there. Yeah, it's so greedy. I just had to leave.
It's greedy.
I didn't think both would be there. I think I live if Thresh isn't there, but
no, probably not.
A good Thresh.
That was a good play by Thresh, but you probably die anyway.
Bummer.
Unless you can get an entire, like, two W's off before Diana gets there. So right now, I always tell my students this, like, why are you walking to your Raptors first now?
It's going to be really hard to get.
I know you started Raptors first to make your clear faster earlier. But why are you walking out of base to your Raptors? Now you're going to have to walk all the way up to your Krugs and then walk down to your bot side.
But we do need a tower.
Or you're going to have to skip your Krugs. I don't really like doing that. Like, you just showed yourself mid lane, and he also showed where he was walking after clearing the mid wave. Okay. So now the enemy team definitely knows where he is. And now he's going to his Gromp first. Maybe he's going there to protect it. And now we're just kind of clicking around.
Scary.
Almost have our ult. Oh,
they had a ward.
Yeah.
They had a ward in that bush. That's insane.
No.
This is
I mean, I think the Thresh warded that last second.
You got me, Ari? Never mind. Cleanup crew. Made the best. We went 2 for 3 there.
That was an awkward fight. If we had our ult like 3 seconds earlier,
they had a ward in
it would have been good.
Bush. You saw it? I didn't see it. My mental stack is not large enough to be able to notice things like that. I just have to fight my fight.
But
But I
the
just
main problem is
feel
not even the
like
fight.
we
It's
get cooked on the objective thing now.
how he's
I just don't think our
clearing his
bot lane's
camps.
strong enough to do dragon ever. Because this Thresh is quite decent. Look at the vision they have. Dude, fucking clear some shit, buddy.
It's a classic like low mistake
Vision's
to. Hold on,
phenomenal.
I need to pause
Oh,
here. So it's a classic like lower ranked mistake to look at the enemy vision and complain about it. I've seen that a lot. Sometimes you're down in vision. I mean, you guys are just losing. So obviously, enemy team has vision in your jungle, and those wards only dropped there because the enemy jungler or the enemy team was fighting you. But the main thing to be focusing on, instead of focusing on the fact that there's two wards there that we already knew about earlier, is to, when you're walking out of base, think about where you're going. If you're walking out of base, he clicks towards the dragon, which is actually correct. Not because of the dragon, but there's a scuttle there. So if I was walking out of base myself, I'd be thinking to myself, okay, what's the best place I could go to like get as many camps as possible? I think walking to your Krugs and then red buff first is better, since you want to end up where the dragon is. But if you know you can't fight the dragon, it's okay to walk straight there because you know the enemy team is recalling. So you can get the crab and then get your Gromp and then your wolf. And if you do that, you're going in a straight line. And then you go here. Possibly your Raptors will be spawned, but probably your red buff and then Raptors and then Krugs. And now you've fixed your jungle path to, have it in a line instead of doing the zigzag stuff that we've been doing. So out of the three camps here, the crab, the Gromp, and the wolves, the worst camp to go for is the wolves. Because
phenomenal. I don't have ult for 60.
Now you're gonna go back in a zigzag and waste time walking around when you could just be walking in a straight line.
To do that, I think.
So usually when I'm walking out of base, I always try, if I can, to get the crab first and then do a line clear. And when I say line clear, I just mean, you're going in a straight line from top to bottom or bottom to top.
Because we got first blood, we get it.
So now we did our wolves and our Gromp, and now we're running in a circle.
Go under your fucking tower! Dude, they're dipshits.
This is a pretty good play, I guess, because you have Ari with you. So, good punish by Ludwig here.
Oh my god.
If he hits that, that should be a kill. Nice.
Dude.
So Ari is obviously the win con here. Check the enemy Raptors here. If you're a jungler and you're walking here, like you're taking this path, the enemy jungler is dead, always check the Raptors. Check whatever camp is near you every time you kill the enemy jungler.
That's the best thing we can get right now.
But obviously here, I would be looking at the map. I'd be a little scared that the enemy bot is walking at us.
Tower.
It looks like they're still bot lane.
I think it's low-key our win con.
Yeah, getting first tower is pretty good this season. I've only played 6 games this season, so I'm still getting the hang of it myself.
Nice. All right.
But they got first blood and they got first tower. That's perfect. Now our blue buff is spawned, but we kind of have to just ditch it because we have these camps. These camps have been alive for a long time.
For a while, at least. I gotta mute Nautilus. His pings are horrible.
Yeah.
It's like, brother, your lane is lost. I don't know what to tell you. It's been lost.
I don't think he.
Me being there.
Oh wait, no, he did.
Get less lost.
Always focus on yourself. I mean, that's correct. We have our ult. I probably would try to ult top lane here.
We can get involved here.
Put a ward in the tri-brush. Yep. Ult. 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 Nice. A bit, like, aimed it a bit off, but...
Nice.
Perfect. Herald is spawning, so we just gotta recall. We don't have our ult for the Herald fight itself. You need 2 items for that?
Okay.
Okay.
We're playing pretty well. Our Ari's very good.
He is playing pretty well. Like, I'm not... All the things I'm saying, like...
Building a bit of MR.
He is playing well for his rank. Why are we going to our wolves? This habit needs to stop. I'm surprised he got pushed by so many junglers, and he's doing this a lot. The only times you do like wolves out of base here is if you're gonna try to end up bot lane.
What are we doing mid? There's nothing to get.
And if there's nothing to get mid lane, you should try to ping your team back.
Get out of there, bro.
Your job as a jungler is just
You're
to
not gonna win that. I don't know if you know.
be a daycare for your team. So whenever it's your turn to farm,
Tough.
you know, you're coming out of base, you want to do some camps, you just need to danger ping them. Sometimes they won't listen. It's probably like 50-50. But you have to try to influence the game somehow.
Okay. You need to get out of there, Renekton. You're a dead man.
Okay. We have our ult. Hitting our camps.
It's a very winnable game. I think we're
Yeah, a little scared walking here.
It's quite even. It's really going to come down to a couple of fights, I think. It's going to be a big shift. I think Atacon might be a big shift.
Looks like Atacon is spawning topside.
1150 is our next back. We should probably ult if we have the opportunity. This is not an opportunity.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no opportunity.
Ari's balling. He's our win con.
If there's no Ari, there's no fight.
Yeah, very good.
No one, unless we're.
So I would sit in my Raptors here. There's a chance you can kill him.
Yeah, I thought that shit would work. Didn't work at all.
Probably would have waited for my Nautilus. I don't know what Nautilus is doing. He walks like, does he have Hex Flash or something? No. If the Nautilus was under tower, like I definitely would have went for that. But
we call it a tactical back.
Tactical back, I respect it.
Us to grab tier 1 top. I get my item. I save the tower. I didn't save the tower. Uh-oh.
But imagine if you had a beefcake like Nautilus CCing them while you went in. When you're playing Fiddlesticks, I think you have to really,
Tristan,
you know,
got someone? Surely.
Ooh, you have to really pick your moment well.
She is some heavyweight, bro. She is some heavyweight. Fucking call her Ben Stiller the way she's heavyweights. Damn. Trist. Maybe just farm. Maybe just farm for a bit, low key.
Here, walking out of base, I would go straight for the crab.
You know what?
Instead of telling the Tristana to farm, I would walk to the crab. But we're going to walk to the wolves again, which is the worst possible camp to go to here. Because think about it. We go to our crab, and then we get the Gromp, and then we get the wolf, and then we get to the raptors, and you're just going in a straight line as fast as possible. But this way, now we're doing a zigzag again. And we're going to ignore the crab.
I missed.
That's okay.
All right, we just farming. I would love my tier 3 boots.
Well, Atacon is spawning. So we're not farming for tier 3 boots. We're
Atacon is spawning.
Yep.
Can we ward for the objective?
We should be pinging our team to fight.
We can't.
So
I appreciate you asking.
If you feel like your teammates are never grouping up for these objectives, and it's really important this season because there's more objectives all the time. There's objectives. You need to press G, you know, the ping scroll wheel or whatever, and go to the bottom right for the 2 swords, the ching 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 ching, and spam that one. Spam fight. Because if you're not pinging, your team's not thinking. It's even easier this season than it has been before for people to forget that there's objective spawning. So now we didn't ping our team at all, and our dumb AD carry walked bot lane. But it's, you know, it's your job as the jungler, as anyone really. It's your job if you want to be a. It's not the best ult, but got the objective. Healing up. Big W. Nice. Now we just got to get the
Yeah,
roses.
played that excellently. Just a game-winning play right there.
I mean, it
Be
was an
happy with
okay
that.
ult. We only really ulted the Yatacon. But that was good. But yeah, the point still stands. Like, you really have to be, no matter what role you're playing, you have to be the reason you win in some way. And
This is not the GA one, right?
in a game like this where people are very unorganized, you kind of have to be the person to rally your team around objectives. Or try to become that person.
Should have taken all their camps. Yeah, it's fine. You're definitely right. There was an opportunity to, and I don't think it would have been a bad one, but I'd rather grab top camps, grab my bot camps, and then set up for this dragon, which I'm coming for right now. Never mind, Ari's dead instantly.
What was he talking about there?
Set up. You're definitely right in all their camps. Yeah. Should have taken all their camps. Yeah, it's fine.
It doesn't really matter. Your team should take their camps there. What you should really do is
you're definitely right.
Probably
an opportunity to, and I don't think it would have been a bad one.
Pretty much after the fight, I think you have enough gold. Like here, you already have enough gold for your boots upgrade. So instead of doing all your camps, you probably should just instantly recall for your boot upgrade and walk to the dragon if that's your plan. He says that his plan is to do his top camps, his bot camps, and then fight dragon. You know, set up for dragon. But
you're definitely right. There was an opportunity.
The dragon's been alive this whole time. So if you wanted to fight it, you should have gone there ASAP.
Grab my bot camps and then set up. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it's already dead. That's okay though, because I don't necessarily think it was correct to fight for the dragon. But since Ari died, now you're gonna lose your camps too, which is sucks. You should have. And then in that case, if you didn't want to fight the dragon, you could have pinged your team to back off. You know, you need to make sure your team's on the same page. Ooh.
Why'd you do that?
I'd probably look for an ult here. This Visage is pretty bad because you know the enemy team hasn't walked in your jungle for a long time, so there's no ward in this bush. The likely ward is probably right here in this raptor camp. See? Now they ward. And you're gonna ult on a ward.
That was not a good ult. I should have not ulted at all. I should have just left it.
Yep.
That was silly of me. No Ari, no ult, although she did just get back. Oh,
I mean, you just ulted on a ward.
I need the Ari to be in a fight if I'm gonna ult in.
Yeah, you gotta make sure the Ari is on the same page as you.
Yeah, low key. Good cleanup.
Just lucky that the enemy team's overstayed.
Is she gonna back up? That was smart.
Yeah, that was good by Nautilus.
Alright, that's actually huge. That's actually huge. Massive things happening for the squad. Okay, I can fight with Tristana now. I can fight with Tristana now.
He's doing a good job of, you know, always adapting to the game, understanding who's strong.
We're gonna grab tier 2 mid. That's juicy. I'm gonna set up vision around Baron.
You can see he's farming pretty well, but I think that if he would have followed my if he would follow my advice of opening up onto the side camps, not the middle camps,
they're a bit too involved here.
He'd probably have like 200 plus farm right now. Like his farm's not bad, but if you want to, you know, keep up the higher level games you get into, you need to be a little bit more efficient.
I think Callista could be close.
Okay, so he uses ping for an assist ping there. I prefer the fight ping. The fight ping is more louder in my opinion, and grabs people's attention.
Oh yeah, Renekton.
But now like he's looking at the Baron when his team is looking to turn, so you have to pay attention to what your team is doing. Because I know he pinged his team and he wanted his team to do Baron, but his team was like looking for a fight, and that possibly could have been bad. There's a good Baron though. Enemy jungler's dead. Enemy top laner's dead. I'd probably just recall it instantly for my Zanyas. Something that you really want to get good at for to close out games like this is to recall with your team. So your Tristana and your Nautilus recalled there. You could have recalled and gotten your Zanya's component, which is really strong. And then you could have walked and been on this same wave with Tristana. You see this cannon wave? You could have been there with your team if you recalled and pinged your team to come there. But now we're here. Like, I mean, we're here, but we don't have a Zanya's component. This should be a good ult.
That's insane. They had vision. I'm gonna die. That ult. Fuck. Crazy they had vision there.
Like, what is Nautilus doing?
I knew it was too.
Nautilus is lost. You need to ping.
I knew that bitch was too fucking deep in there. Damn. Bad ult. It's not a bad ult. It's just they have vision. But I needed to clear vision before ulting. If they didn't have vision, it would have been fine. It's the lack of vision that's the problem. It's not like that ult spot is bad.
No, it's the fact that your team wasn't there. You need your Nautilus to be there.
I had a control ward.
And if your Nautilus is too stupid to do it, you need to be telling him.
But
with your pings.
So eager. She was so eager to push. I should have backed off.
I think one easy way to improve the way that Ludwig is playing is before you ult, ask check some boxes. Team, like, where's my team?
You have more vision than your support? Yeah.
Do I have enough team members there to support this fight? Like,
eventually I run out. I'm not allowed.
If not, just wait a bit, ping your team to come.
Clear all day. There's a cap on these things, and she kept pushing.
You know, like,
I cleared the first spot, she pushed deeper. I cleared the second spot, she pushed deeper. Chet, I'm plat. Shut the fuck up, all right? Do yourselves a favor. You're embarrassing yourself.
He's blaming his team a little bit.
I'm a fucking platinum gamer. You're coming in here.
Obviously, he's joking right now, but
shut the fuck up, dude. I'm platinum. Do you heard what I said?
But he's clearing vision that doesn't need to be cleared. That's why he was like ran out of like ways to clear vision.
What next?
I'd walk to the enemy raptors now. Enemy raptors are spawning. Your team is winning and walking in, so just
get a fucking grip, seriously.
Good job. I would drag them so I couldn't be hit by anything from that bush. Oh, that could have been dangerous.
Go bot. We want to play around this bot turret.
You see how like he has a lot of downtime to be pinging his team to rally. That was good fear.
Nice.
But he's not using that downtime properly.
Needs a heal. I'll push in mid.
You don't want to be a passenger in your games. You want to be the shot caller. If you rely on your team to make good decisions, you're going to stay in the rank that your team is because your teammates are that rank for a reason. If that makes sense. You'll win half your games and you'll lose your half your games because they're all plat. But if you are making your own decisions and leading your team, then you will win or lose based off those decisions more. And you'll learn from each mistake and learn from each success, if that makes sense. especially in this rank, like, you know, your teammates don't really know what to do. I'd probably put a pink ward down here for permanent. Yeah. I'd probably leave. Like, the enemy team is very aware of your location right now. Nautilus is sweeping with the pink ward. I'd probably like
over.
put a Visage in the bush bot side. Not that bush. I would put it in this bush. I think I'd ult in here. I feel like he's baiting his team a little bit. Oh, but does it work?
Insane. Dude, how did they have vision of me? I don't get it. I had Zanya's. I could have played it better, but I can't believe they had vision there. Is it because she saw me?
No, they had a ward there.
It must be because she saw me diving on the Tristana. Hi, yeah. All right.
I feel like we're never getting a proactive ult here. We're getting a lot of reactive ults.
Well, Tristana made a bad play.
I think that reactive ults are sometimes good on Fiddle, but
it would have been fine. But her running towards me revealed my location. If she went up, she gets out.
Not in this case.
Outstretched, she gets feared. We instantly kill her. The other people are separated. She did not work well with me. The good news, my Renekton's big.
But we still have our Zanya's component. We still make a good play here.
You're baiting your team. Yeah, you're just bad at the video game. You fundamentally don't understand the character Fiddlesticks. It's okay. You're probably silver.
You are baiting your team. You need to. I think
be really proud of yourself.
Baiting your team is sometimes good on Fiddle, but not when you're ahead. I think if you're pushing towers,
stop talking to me.
Or like pushing inhibs,
it's pathetic.
You should be in range to ult and fear people as soon as something happens, not as like you shouldn't try to get your team to. Your team shouldn't have to walk into you.
Genuinely, bro.
And take a ton of damage before you're in range to even hit your ult.
Maybe what's that one? Connect 4.
I'm not a Fiddle player. Like I don't know the perfect ult spots all the time. But it seems like you're always sitting right out of range where you're kind of useless.
I'm just dead ass plat. Like it's my rank.
Also, we need to stop visaging and then pink warding. You should either visage or pink ward.
You just end here, no?
And if you want to know where to,
okay, they want to do it. We gotta do it.
Yeah, I'd probably go for the end. You have all your ults up. But if you want to know, what was I gonna say? Where? Oh yeah, if you want to know when to visage and when to pink, you just visage. You use your pink in a location where you know the enemy team can't clear the pink. So for example, where the wolves are, if your team is pushing mid, you can usually hold that position. They can never clear the pink ward. So you save your visage for something else.
Ooh, Renekton's not here.
Yeah. Pretty big problem here is the team is going for 1-3-1. So 1-3-1 is like probably one of the worst things you can do in League. You should always try to if you see that your team is doing like if they have Baron, they're putting 3 mid, 1 top, and 1 bot. You should always try to ping your team. That's pretty weird ult. Obviously gonna die. But if you see that your team is doing this, they're putting 1 person top, 1 person bot, 3 people mid. You should always type in chat 4-1, please. 4 mid, 1 like side lane. 1 4 mid, 1 bot, 1 or 1 top. And
that play, you might think 2-for-1. We only got volley bear.
This is the reason why, because if you're not organized and you're playing 1-3-1, the enemy team can pick off your bot, top, or your mid lane. You'll always be outnumbered.
I feel like you guys aren't listening to me. I'm bouncing on it. You guys hear for the game.
Anyway,
I think we can end the game here. I think we should end the game here, frankly. I don't want to take this to another soul fight. In right now.
so here I would just be spamming my team to walk into enemy topside jungle, and I'd just be spamming them like top. Oh, he said top is 5. Like that's good.
I don't think I give a shit about the blue buff right now. Okay, never mind. I care about the blue buff deeply.
That's good. Now we just gotta wait for everyone to be there. Tristana's here now. Need a clear vision here. Put a visage down. Should not be walking in this far. But we have Zanyas. I think we just walked up too far. But that was a good Zanyas. We stalled enough time. You know, good enough.
Couldn't have played it better. Couldn't have played it better. Genuinely couldn't have played it better.
Couldn't have played it better.
User ult? Why? User potion? You guys are so fucking stupid.
But it is, you know, it was a pretty good game. I think there's a lot of things that he could improve. Just a few concepts with like setting up fights, setting up pushes with your team, and clearing in an efficient way, top to bottom, bot to top. And I think if he, honestly, if he worked on those 3 concepts, like, he'd be twice as good at Fiddlesticks. But thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope you subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments.